Now we're just live.
And now introducing the starting defense for the Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves. Number 4, Curtis Van Divener. Number 7, Liam Conte. Number 8, Xander Merriweather. Number 9, Brendan Flynn. Number 10, Tyler Meadwell. Number 11, Nathan Comer. Number 12, Ben Andrews. Number 14, Gus Tartara. Number 29, Justin Kramer. Number 53, James Headley. Number 55, Cole Shuckert. And number 77, Luke Creighton. And the head coach of the Red Wolves, Al Martin.
Northeast Ohio's trusted fence company for over 37 years, R&T Fence.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Berkshire Badgers!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in week 2 of CVC TV here on TrinidadValleyConference.com. The matchup tonight, the home Berkshire Badgers taking on the visiting Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves. And a matchup that is going to be special because someone is getting on the board, getting their first win of the 2026 high school football season. Kyle Cornell, AA, Anthony Alford with you as always on the call in AA. Both these teams, losers last week, but it was close in both games. They fought till the end. Both faced deficits, both worked their way through, and made it interesting. This time around, they're trying to get the job done and get that first win of the season.
And I think what's going to be key with both teams is going to be a fast start and a disciplined start for both teams. We'll start with the Badgers, who a week ago, they were competitive with Harvey, except at the very beginning of the game, giving up the opening kick return for the touchdown against Harvey. So, playing from behind, they got things settled. Coach DeWeese talked about getting things settled and locked in, but you don't want the scoreboard to get away from you before you can settle in.
I'll tell you what, the person to watch for the Badgers tonight, definitely going to be Oliver Miller. Talked about him the past couple seasons. He was the running back. He was kind of leading the charge now, taking over quarterback duties. Missed a good chunk of the first half last week, came back, still found a way to throw 2 touchdowns and make that a game at Harvey. But the home opener tonight for the Badgers, Miller looking to stay on the field and try to deliver a win. On the flip side, Cuyahoga Heights, the defense, AA, played fantastic last week. The offense just never really found a rhythm.
And that's something that Coach Barnett is looking for. He talked about, just getting things on track offensively, but zeroing a little bit on their defense, too. Their defense, he told us during the week, they did well, but also they gave up some big plays, too. So who can minimize those mistakes, the common mistakes that happens in week 1? Whoever can minimize those mistakes here in week 2 is going to get their first W.
And again, one big thank you for R&T Fence Company, our pregame sponsor. Tonight's pregame update brought to you by R&T Fence. For over 37 years, Northeast Ohio's trusted fence contractor for residential, commercial, and industrial projects. Contact them today for a free estimate at rtfence.com. That is rtfence.com. Cuyahoga Heights in the white jerseys, gray pants, red letters. They're going to kick it off. They want the defense to come out first. The Badgers going to get on offense to start the ball game here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium in beautiful sunny Burton, Ohio tonight. 71 degrees, a beautiful last Friday in August. And week 2 of high school football just moments away from getting started.
Almost room temperature? Technically it's room temperature?
I guess it depends what you qualify as room temperature nowadays, man. I don't know.
Standard room temperature is 72, standard.
Standard, okay.
Some homes it's 78, other homes is 62. Wherever you fall
mine's
at
75 right now is where I'm kind of hanging on by a thread. Oh, my goodness. Both these teams, as we mentioned, it's a cross-divisional matchup. Trying to get that first elusive win of the season. Kind of similar stories from week 1 AA. With that, the kick is off, and we are underway here from Berkshire High School, and that's going to go out of bounds. No return on the far side. And the Badgers will start inside their own 20 down at about the 16-yard line. That's where Oliver Miller and company will get things going.
Tell you what, though, number 20, Trent Holland, he wanted a good return and just wasn't able to get the handle. He is one of those explosive guys on special teams. But Coach DeWeese and both teams, both coaching staffs, everything, it starts up front. Who can establish those running lanes, and can Cuyahoga Heights close those running games, because Miller is a playmaker at quarterback.
Can do a little bit of everything. And so we've seen him run, play defense. Now he's running the ship on offense in a quarterback position. First down and 10 inside their own 20-yard lines where the Badgers will get things going. Cuyahoga Heights off a great week on defense. First play is going to be a handoff inside. Nowhere to go. Solid tackle on the inside for the Red Wolves. And again, that's going to be the story tonight, is really how the defense matches up against this Berkshire offense, because after that first half AA, and even honestly into the second quarter, the Badgers started playing really good offense. So now it's going to be offense and defense here tonight.
Yeah, and they want to pick things up. The receiving core is fantastic. So I like the strategy early on, try to establish the run, but Cuyahoga Heights was ready.
Yeah, Liam Conti had that tackle. Second down, another run on the far side, and really nothing going on. Back to the line of scrimmage on the carry there. Well, that was Sweska, I think, who got the carry there, and just nothing doing on the far side. So it's going to be third down already and long for the Badgers.
Yeah, Liam Conte got in there. He has been attacking here defensively. Got to read the guards, too. If you're playing that linebacker position, communicate with the defense, read those guards.
See if Miller gets in space here on third down and long. Looks to pass, pumps, throw, short side, it's caught, and out of bounds near the 20-yard line. It's not going to be a first down. A solid catch there. I believe that was by Vance Rice, and it's going to be fourth down coming up.
that's the thing when you are facing a Coach Al Martin defense, over close to 3 decades of coaching experience at Cuyahoga Heights, you don't want to turn the ball over. So even though it's a 3-and-out, it's going to end with a punt, at least it's not an interception. They're going to keep everything in front. It's up to you with the Badgers to find a way to crack the defense.
Colton Miller Gabbard, the junior, going to punt this one away. Xander Merriweather going to return it for Cuyahoga Heights. It's a good point. Punt will land around midfield. It's going to take a friendly bounce or two for the Badgers. They'll down it at about the 42-yard line. That's where they will take over, them being the Red Wolves. They're going to get their first possession after the defense does what we kind of expected them to do. Hold tight right here on CVC TV. And again, a reminder, the presenting sponsor for us here at CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Joe Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. Specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. Hey, for all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. All right, now we'll see what quarterback Zach Schaefer and company can do on offense. 13 points last week, and some of that was scored on special teams. So they want an opportunity here on the offensive end to get some points on the board. Handoff inside. Be a good gain right there for a name we're going to be calling a lot tonight. It's Dustin Kramer. 15 carries, 85 yards last week, and he had a blocked punt.
Yeah, he is fantastic. And again, it's going to be up the trenches up front. If you have not watched Cuyahoga Heights before, Coach Al Martin led team before, this is their bread and butter. They want to control the clock. Ideal drive for them is this drive lasting a solid 5, 6, 7 minutes, even with the short field.
Second down and long 5, and it's going to be a timeout already from Coach Al Martin. He did not like what he saw, so near midfield on second down and 5, 10 minutes to go here in this first quarter, and it's a timeout taken by the Red Wolves. A little bit early, double.
A little bit, but I like it, though, because, again, both teams trying to figure out, get that early start and be locked in and disciplined. And if you don't like the look, I don't mind burning first half timeouts. I really don't. It's just get the things right, get your plays correct, and establish something good that you like.
Hey, a reminder, too, Greeny Sports Cards, the largest producer of sports card trading shows in Northeast Ohio with 5 locations and growing. They want your business. Their next show, September 4th through the 5th at Great Northern Mall in North Olmsted. You can see all their shows up at their website, greenyshows.com. That's greenyshows.com. All right, so a chance to recalibrate a little bit for this offense here. The Rebels, mentioned before, scored a touchdown on a return last week, an interception return for a touchdown. Special teams getting involved. Another hand up the middle. Kramer just lowers that shoulder, and he's going to get the first down. Needed 5, got about 7.
And what we have noticed here these last 2 weeks, the games that we've had where we were at last week, defensively is so tough, because you need your defense to crash in through those gaps. The problem, though, is you have to have somehow, some way, a linebacker on the backside or even a safety where it's a risk, ready to go, ready to make the play. And if you lower that shoulder as a running back, you can still get extra yards in the first down.
And we know Schaefer, who is coming into the game, he obviously, one of the upperclassmen of this group, can definitely throw it. He's going to take a shot. Down the left side, he's got a receiver breaking away. It's up, and it is incomplete.
Nice work.
Great coverage on the backside there by Berkshire. I think that was Zach Smith, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
I thought I heard Schmidt. I was like, oh, that's interesting. No, Zach Smith, who's the backup quarterback, too, had to play last week.
Yeah.
In that position when Oliver Miller went down for a little bit of time. Great deflection. There was some separation at the top of your screen, but great job by the Badgers to knock that one away.
Yeah, and great recovery time, too, because, again, that could have got away, but he recovered and did not commit a penalty either.
Second down, handoff up the middle, down to about the 41-yard line. That's Kramer again. So another gain of about 5 and bring up 3rd and 5.
And real quick, back to that previous play with Smith making a stop. That's a hard play to make defensively.
Oh, it's over your head. It's over the receiver's shoulder, too. It's a jump ball. You don't want to get a penalty. There's a lot of different variables that factor into that double A. You're right. And the fact that, Smith was able to come in and just knock that ball out clean.
And your stride has to be on point, and your hands have to be up without crashing into the receiver.
Here we go. 3rd and 5. Quick out route. Pass is over. It is caught. Sheds off a defender, and he's got room to run down the sideline. Cuts back into the 20 and going to be taken down at the 19-yard line. A catch on the outside right there. That was Van Divner who made the play. I mean, I tell you what, he's one of those guys you have to look out for. He's going to be making plays all over the field tonight.
Yeah, watch this. I mean, yeah, that's why you got 2 hands. You got to wrap. If you don't wrap, he's going to break the tackle. That's exactly what happened.
A great catch on the outside for one of the other leaders of this team, Curtis Van Divner. We've called his name a couple times over the past few years.
But he's also a bigger guy, too. Like, that's hard, too, like, to bring him down in open space.
First down, inside the 20. Schaefer going to keep it. He turns upfield, makes one-man miss, gets down inside the 5, down to about the 4. How about Schaefer turning on the Jets through the middle? A 15-yard gain for the quarterback, and he sets up 1st and goal.
How about the play calling by this offensive coaching staff? Really mixing it up. A lot of times we mentioned, like, they want the big runs. They've had a couple of passing opportunities, even the one that Smith broke up. You know, the safety's got to be aware they press back, and now, you know, they're getting the big gains running the football.
All right, so 1st and goal, ball just inside the 5-yard line. Schaefer going to line up under center.
Had a few subs up front offensively.
This would be an official timeout. Yeah, they got to make that substitution. The players should not be going to the sideline. Yeah, I think it's just to get the players in and out. You mentioned that was a good call, partner.
Yeah, you had the mass substitutions there. Just want to make sure everything's organized correctly. It's still early in the season for the officials, too, and the coaching staffs.
All right, so back to the field. 1st and goal. Schaefer hands inside, lowering the shoulder, trying to get through. I think that was Van Divner who got the carry.
That was nice defense there. Way to stay in there and understand and read the assignments. And when you identify those assignments against a bigger team, size-wise, like the Red Wolves, you can't hesitate. If you second guess, you're not making the play. So going in there, not just crashing, but then finishing and making the stop is what the Badgers are going to have to do all night long.
Well, you think at this point, Kramer, if they're going to run it again, would be the option. He's already got 3 carries, 18 yards on this drive alone. One of the players we've highlighted tonight, coming off the 85-yard game last week. Schaefer looking. He's under pressure. He's going to get brought down. Berkshire right where they needed to be. Schaefer just got caught. And a sack for the Badgers, setting up 3rd.
And that's the result, too, of the Badgers crashing in and, you know, committing to whoever was going to run the football. And it turned out in a play action, a play fake situation, just got caught in the backfield.
Yeah, Chase Badgel, Jr., and also in on that sack, Anthony Walker, the senior, able to make the stop. But now 3rd down and some pressure on this Heights offense. It's been able to march down the field. They had great starting field position back at their own 42, 43-yard line. A couple big plays put them in this spot. Now Schaefer in the shotgun. Going to try and find a way to get into the end zone. Snap is good. Schaefer looks. He's going to run. It's a QB draw. He lowers a shoulder, and Berkshire's ready for him. Right at the 5-yard line. He got a yard, if that, and it's going to set up 4th down. Decision time for Coach Al Martin.
That was good football both ways. I mean, again, just, you know, with the Badgers locking in, your linebackers did not bite. They understood the assignment, well coached, and you keep somebody on the quarterback. They made the play, but I think this is going to be, you know, be ready 4th down. Coach Martin talked about 2 critical situations. Bit them in the back in week 1. This is an opportunity here in week 2 to capitalize.
The Badgers were 5 of 6 on 4th down last week on offense. The Red Wolves trying to get some of that luck here. Throwing to the outside. It's a jump ball. It's up and it's incomplete. Great coverage on the back end by the Badgers. Zach Smith knocked it away. A 2nd pass deflection, and Berkshire holds tough inside their own 10-yard line. And the Badgers are going to get the football back.
Smith was tested twice in that drive, and 2 times, if he did not make the play, Cuyahoga Heights is scoring. So to lock in, he doesn't have the size advantage either, but he knows what to do with the hands, get it up, not commit a pass interference. Turnover on downs. Excellent job.
I threw it up to Van Divner, and he normally can make that play, but a great job by Smith on the defensive side, and the Badgers get the ball back now. 1st and 10 inside, just a hair inside their 5-yard line. Miller rolling to the right, going to use his legs now to the outside. He's going to get maybe a handful of yards. I think they're going to give him 2.
And use his, previous tailback experience? How about that? Just get him in open space. Cuyahoga Heights, though, defensively, they move. We have seen, because the Badgers are still looking for their first down of the game, we have seen this Cuyahoga Heights defense, they fly to the football.
So it's a tough defense to score against. I think that's going to be the calling card this year for the Red Wolves. Al Martin saying, yeah, we love our defense. We just got to get the offense going. I mean, positive drive for the Red Wolves. They just couldn't cross that ball into the end zone. Again, looks like maybe another equipment issue, so the sub's got to come in. So Colton Miller, Gabber going to check into the game. Had to get Bear Massink out of the game for a second. Awesome name, by the way.
I know that's a good athlete name right there.
Miller pressure throws over the top. It's caught. Dropped the dime right in the breadbasket to Dason Marker. Close to that first down marker, going to be about 2 yards short.
That was a good ball and good protection up front. Coach DeWeese talked to us, during the week. It's like, look, this game, it's going to come down to the trenches on both sides. They want the Badgers for their offense and defensive lines to stand out. If they don't, they're not winning this game.
4:20 to go in this first quarter. A 3rd down and short. Handoff inside. I'll tell you what, Heights read that perfectly.
Oh, my.
And there is nothing going. The ball maybe came out at 1.2, but they're going to say he was down. I think they tried to go up the middle and just nothing. You mentioned the lines on cue. The Red Wolves respond. They're going to force a 4th down and about roughly 4, and that means the punt unit back out.
They're crashing on first attack. I wonder down the road if you're going to see more play fakes from a Berkshire standpoint, but so far, Cuyahoga Heights, 2 successful defensive drives.
That punt almost blocked. Heights almost got to another one this week. That's going to take a friendly Berkshire bounce, but not friendly enough. The ball going to stay on their side of the field. It's going to be down at about the 48-yard line of the Badgers, and for the second consecutive drive, Cuyahoga Heights in really good field position. Can they get it done this time?
And we'll see, because, again, they have some big plays, but that's not going to count as a punt block, but it might as well have been, getting in there in the traffic. And, we saw last week, the game that we did a week ago, where field position made a huge difference in terms of who won the game. And when you're starting at short field, look, Cuyahoga Heights didn't score the first go-around, but don't give them too many shots with a short field.
An opportunity again for the Red Wolves, and Zach Schaefer under center. 1st down and 10 on the 48-yard line of the Badgers. The hand inside. Schaefer got undercut there at the beginning of that play. Got the handoff off to Kramer, who was able to get maybe 2 yards. But the Badgers, you mentioned the battle of the trenches. The defensive line starting to step up after a couple of big plays that first drive.
55 made the first contact, and then 17 capitalized and made the second contact 2 yards in. And that's what you have to do. You got to crash, against this Cuyahoga Heights defense. Everyone needs to attack. Now, also at the same time, secondary needs to pay close attention in case in the next play or two they go over the top.
Yeah, Chase Badgel and Vance Rice, names you're going to hear a lot tonight. Handoff on the inside. Kramer's got room to run. Kramer splits it through, gets inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. A 20-yard run for the starting running back. And Kramer and Dustin Kramer just turned on the Jets right down the middle of the field.
And he had a pocket to do so. Went right up the gut. Right that A-gap went right up there off center and went to work. It ran hard. Credit again to the blocking for creating the opportunity. And before you know it, right down the field, close to the red zone.
Oh, Kramer wants that touchdown. I could tell he wants to get in there on that run after 85 yards last week, too. This time, Berkshire reads it perfectly. Kramer has nowhere to go, lose a yard. Solid tackle in the backfield. There was a host of Badgers back there. It's going to be 2nd and long.
Man, that's close. I mean, but here's the thing, though. Right now, both teams, offensively, they're doing their homework right now. They're using these opening drives, even though the play technically wasn't successful offensively. They're looking and seeing how the defense reacts. They may go back to that later on and adjust.
Zach Schaefer so far in this first quarter as we're under 2 minutes to go in the frame. One of 3 for 19 yards. He's also got 2 carries for 16 yards. Handoff on the inside. Kramer again going to get tackled just short of the 20. So give him about roughly 7 or so yards there.
I didn't even realize we're almost at the end of the quarter. This has been high-level football and high-level coaching, on both sides here, just to see the strategies and to see, how both defenses are trying to crash against these stud offenses. And, again, the 0-1s are very deceiving. I mean, both of these teams are really good football teams, and they're playing smart football right now.
Haven't had a chance to do the Gallucci's Foods scoreboard sponsor update yet because we haven't had a score yet. Still 0-0, a minute to go in this first quarter. 3rd and short handoff inside, pushing forward down to the 15, and that should be a first down. They're going to give him the 16-yard line. Walker gets the tackle, but that's going to move the chains for the Red Wolves.
And every running back coach loves a run like that, where you're just lowering your shoulders, you're driving your legs. And that's what you got to do. In traffic, you got to run hard. I mean, if you don't, that's a stop, either in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage.
So Kramer's already eclipsed the 50-yard mark, and we're still in the first quarter. Could be on tap for a big day.
But can they finish in the red zone? They didn't last time.
That's where it matters. Fake handoff throwing outside. It's a screen play. Did he make that? Oh, he almost dove and made that catch.
Wow. On
the outside.
That was a wild one.
Tell you what, Merriweather almost caught that, but just could not get it. He threw the ball before the break happened, so you didn't even see the receiver open at that point just because it was so early in the route. Schaefer, not a bad ball at all, just a little bit ahead, and Merriweather couldn't pull that one back in. So 2nd and 10. Ball is just inside the 15-yard line. Familiar territory for Cuyahoga Heights. Can they convert this time? Schaefer fakes the pitch, hands off inside, and again, the Badgers read it.
Great read.
Oh, played the fake perfectly. Anthony Walker's been all in the backfield here in this first frame. Another official timeout. Looks like some more.
Yeah, they're going to be on it even with the equipment and things like that. Might be a mouth guard situation, who knows. One little interesting observation for Cuyahoga Heights, while they're on offense for the next 23 seconds, they are facing the sun. So I think the last passing play might have been a little off, too, because you got the sun right in the quarterback's face.
They don't technically have to call a play here. There's a 1 second difference between the game clock and the actual play clock. So
yeah, let it go and get away from the sun.
They will, and that's what's going to happen. So when they come back, it's going to be 3rd and 9 on the 15. And that is the end of the first quarter here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium. The score, 0-0, just like we started. Both defenses flexing. Cuyahoga Heights threatening right here on CVC TV. And again, the score is 0-0 here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium as we're getting ready for the second quarter of play. Again, the score, hey, it's brought to you by Gallucci's Italian Foods, a fine purveyor of Italian and imported gourmet food since 1912. You want to learn more? Hey, check out their website. Visit tasteitaly.com. That's tasteitaly.com.
I'm going to stop by there this weekend. Fill up that refrigerator.
Tell you what, Italian food sounds amazing right now.
It does. It does. Of course, we are just next door to the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, where next week.
It's the great big Cuyahoga County Fair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think we've done a game before here when the fair was going on.
Oh, yeah.
And it was wild.
It was.
I think they had fireworks, too, so the fireworks were after the game. It was like a whole orchestrated thing. It was great.
and I knew I went to the fair the next day after we did the game. And devoured all the food over there. It's a great time. Big situation here for both teams here because, again, Cuyahoga Heights, this is their second red zone trip. And, the Badgers on fourth down stopped them. You mentioned, Kyle, the fourth down stops that the Badgers have had, in week one.
Well, if they don't get this, would we see Baron Rush, the kicker, for Cuyahoga Heights to get some points on the board? Guess we'll find out depending on how this goes. 3rd and 9. Schaefer in the shotgun, 4 wide, looking to pass. Under pressure at his ankles. He rolls out to his right. Schaefer looking. He's got to throw it. End zone. Incomplete. Just a bit too out of the reach of his intended receiver. Merriweather could not bring that in. 4th down and 9, and I imagine we're going to see an attempt at a field goal here.
I will say this, though. Great effort, at least by Schaefer, at least to, stay connected with his receiver there. And you're asking the defensive backs to lock in for that long. But, again, great stop on defense for the Badgers.
All right, so going to see Baron Rush try to knock this through. He spells his name B-A-R-Y-N. It's pretty cool.
How about that?
Like that. And it's a muffed snap. He's got to do something with it, and Rush gets taken down. A break for the Badgers, no attempt. The snap goes through the holder's hands. And believe it or not, I think this may be the best starting field position of the game for the Badgers now, as they're going to have it on their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, special teams making a play, and then, the snap being high, and this is what Cuyahoga Heights, they try to, they address coming into this week. Cannot make the critical mistakes. Could have had points on the board, but a high snap, not happening.
Coach Martin talked about this at length. He's like, yeah, we just can't make mistakes. We just keep making so many mistakes, getting in our own way. 4th and goal inside the 5-yard line, couldn't convert, had a chance for a 35-yard field goal, just couldn't even get the snap down. And now the Badgers with another chance to right the wrongs. Miller over the middle, throws in and out of his hands of his intended receiver. Had a man open down the middle. That was Colton Miller-Gabbard, who couldn't pull it in. That's Miller's actually his first incompletion of the night. He's now 2 of 3 for 12 yards.
Yeah, but, looking for another first down, for the Badgers, and just did not happen. Would have had it in stride, too, if the ball might have been a little bit more targeted.
Felt like maybe just a little high, but other than that, what's the old adage? If it hits you in the hands, got to come down with it. See what Miller can do now on 2nd down. They really only utilized his legs one time so far. It was that little 2-yard gain back when they were pinned against their own end zone. Pitch to the outside. That one caught. Some room to run on the screen. A big breakthrough and a big gain for the Badgers. The 40, the 30, 20, and he's torn down at the 16-yard line. Oh, what a play. I believe that was Dason Marker who made the play on the screen pass double A, and he was off to the races.
Yeah, he was off to the races, and a great play call. Remember, we talked about, the Red Wolves crashing defensively on the attack. So what do? You throw something quick on the opposite side where you don't have anybody there to block you, and you can easily get the second level. And this young man with the speed, now they're in the red zone. Excellent play call and execution by the Badgers.
A huge gain of over 50 yards on that completion. So that's the Badgers up in the red zone now. Handoff on the inside, breaking through, still room to run, lowering the shoulder, inside the 10, down to the 5. And Berkshire starting to figure some things out. I think that was Huesca who got the carry.
Yeah, momentum too. Oh, a nice play fake as well. Again, taking full advantage of the aggressiveness. Not having enough guys on the backside in 2 straight plays now where Berkshire is taking full advantage of that. And again, the power of running hard with the football, getting extra yards after contact.
And unofficially, that was a 54-yard completion 2 plays ago, and now a big first down run has them at 1st and goal inside the 5. Look familiar? This time it's the Badgers who have a chance to get on the scoreboard. Handoff, Huesca inside, lowers the shoulder. He's going to get down to about the 2 to the 3-yard line.
And this is where play calling is so critical, too, because even though it was a small gain, something to watch with that design. There was nobody on the other end of the field, for both teams. So, again, if a play fake comes back into play, something to look out for, even a rollout that they did with Miller on this side of the field in the first quarter. Just watch out for something like that again.
I stand corrected. That was Trent Holland who had the last carry. He's in the backfield on the left hip of Oliver Miller.
And they want to get Holland going.
I bet they do. And a flag coming in, is that going to be a false start? Yes, it will. So 5-yard penalty, and the Badgers lose some momentum here. They're going to move back.
Somebody got faked by their quarterback's hard count.
Tell you what, that was the first penalty of the game. Remember last week we kind of had a bunch of those early on. But today it's been a pretty clean football game, all things considered.
Well, and that's why we say, like, week one is usually tricky because, you know, we were in Chesterland, that West G game a week ago, and, yes, penalty city in week one, but that's all over high school football in the entire country.
Well, again,
you clean it up in week two.
It's a testament to Al Martin and Josh DeWeese, two really good coaches here for the Red Wolves and the Badgers. Getting those things right. Pass inside, looking, leading, incomplete. Needs some offensive pass interference. We'll see what that is. Trying to hit the slant on the inside to Masink, and that ball was just way too far ahead.
I didn't think they were going to call that.
I mean, if anything, it's offensive because the ball was too far ahead.
It would be offensive if they called it, but
see if maybe they pick it up or what they decide to do with that.
Because it does seem playable, and I don't think anybody was, like, impacted.
Wow.
Defense.
That's an interesting call, considering that, again, Mason cut inside and actually pushed the defender down.
Mm-hmm.
There was no contact from the defender onto Mason, so I'm actually surprised.
And the officials talked it over, too, so it seemed like it was a consensus of.
Yeah, maybe it was earlier in the play before that push. There was some holding going on, but nevertheless. Now, again, second down, half the distance, so they get those 5 yards back. Handoff inside, spinning, almost getting in down to a 2. That was Huesca this time, who tried to spin his way into the end zone. It's going to be third down.
You know, the Badgers got closer, of course, to the end zone, but great defense for Cuyahoga Heights because now you see adjustments being made. If you're the linebackers, you got to make sure, again, we talked about it, read the guard, read your assignment. If your guard is pulling and going the opposite way, you have an assignment. You got to lock in depending on what you've been coached to do.
See there, that was Holland giving Miller some word there. Looking outside, he's going to take it himself. Cut through, dive, and he is in. Touchdown, Badgers. Oliver Miller kept it himself. He had a receiver open, but he said, nope, I'm going to take it.
There's the rollout. And then he just took it right there. When you're an athlete, you got that corner, you just take the pylon, you just go. And you dive in there. There was a part of me, I wasn't 100% sure if he got the football in, but he did. All you got to do is touch it, the pylon, and you get the score. Great drive for the Badgers.
Now the freshman Hudson Hunter on to kick the extra point for the Badgers, trying to make this 7-0. Great job by Miller turning that corner and just stretching the ball out. Snap good, hold, kick on the way is up. It's high, and it is good.
Just in.
Snuck over that left pylon, and the score now 7-0. The Badgers, in their home opener this season, lead the Red Wolves of Cuyahoga Heights right here on CVC TV.
Again, so happy to be also on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Of course, every single one of our games on Channel 979 on Spectrum and over the air on Channel 22.1. And you're going to see great Chagrin Valley Conference football, just like that previous drive. Again, taking full advantage, Kyle, of a bad snap that Cuyahoga Heights had on fourth down from their field goal attempt, and then to go right down the field, a big play over the middle. And the Badgers, who have struggled the first two offensive drives, their third one, go right down the field, get in the end zone to score.
That screen pass, the 50-plus yard completion just really opened things up. And again, a reminder, guys, hey, by the way, tonight's halftime coverage sponsored by the Ohio Media School, dedicated to training the next generation, offering skilled trades in media and audio across Northeast Ohio. Learn more at beonair.com. That's beonair.com. We'll have a breakdown of some of the key players and get you ready for second half action, courtesy of the Ohio Media School after the bands play at halftime right here on CVC TV.
And yeah, you don't want to miss the bands either, getting after it, of course. I'm very happy that we show the marching bands too at halftime. Like, that's always really cool to see because, band camp is hard too. They get after it, of course, and and they deserve to be showcased as well.
I'll tell you what was showcased a lot was the patience on the offensive side there for the Badgers, not panicking. Still, they're pinned back deep in their own territory, inside their own 25 for the third consecutive drive, and this time they found a way through. And this looking more like the Badgers that played the second through fourth quarter of last week. It's a low line drive kick. That ball is going to skip and stay in bounds. The last second cutting up the
out?
No, I think they may say it got out. We'll see. or did he step out? He may have fielded it and stepped out, Double A. We'll see what the officials say here. That ball was hugging the sideline at the top of your screen.
I didn't think the ball completely rolled. I didn't think the ball rolled out. I think it's a stop, like right before the sideline.
I think he stepped out of bounds then because they're going to mark that ball down at the 16-yard line. Wow, so the Red Wolves, this is going to be their worst starting field position. Yeah. That ball is all the way back there.
Now you got a flag that just came out.
I don't know if maybe it slipped.
Dead ball. Kick out of bounds. By the kicking.
Did go out of
Okay,
bounds.
so they say it did go out of bounds.
5-yard penalty. At the decision spot. First down for Cuyahoga Heights.
A lot of bounds. Normally, don't you get put at the...
You should be at the 35 if it went out of bounds.
Yeah. So
But that's not what we heard there.
I'm sure Coach Martin's trying to ask and figure out what's going on here, too, because the ball went out of bounds. Hey, that ball is coming up. Should not be a 5-yard improvement. It should be all the way up, you mentioned, to the 35-yard line here in high school. And now you're seeing the Badgers kind of move back a little bit.
But again, this was after a late discussion. Again, I applaud the officials for talking it through, but I think now that
Dead ball. Kick out of bounds. On the kicking team. He'll take the ball at the 35-yard.
There it is.
There it
okay,
is.
so now we've got the correct ruling officially. It took some time, but we're there.
well, it was confusing too because again, we wasn't sure if the ball went out of bounds in the first place.
Well, he took that return, and they let them. Obviously, they always say, "Hey, let them play, let them run the play, and then decide afterwards if it was whatever the case may be." But that was close, and this time the Red Wolves get a break. So instead of being inside their own 20, they're out at the 35-yard line.
Well, let's see how they're going to capitalize now, being down 7-0, and got to come away with some kind of points.
Schaefer by himself, 4 wide, throws outside. It's a quick out. It's caught. Van Divner turns upfield. He's going to be out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
Boy, don't they keep you guessing? In terms of just operation, again, I love the play call too. Again, you see the sense of urgency. Get these guys out there. I've been impressed with the work here. Schaefer here, just get that ball out there. He has the size too. See if we can see more throws throughout this game at a higher volume.
Different quarterbacks we've seen grow throughout their tenure. I mean, this is another season with Schaefer under center. Looking to pass again. Going to step back, throws up top. It is caught. That should be enough. No, they're going to say he dropped it.
Oh, no, he caught it.
Well, they waved it off. I was going to say that didn't make any sense because he brought that in. It was a great catch. He high-pointed the ball there. And a solid catch by Nathan Tomer. They are going to move the chains. Now watch the hand movements sometimes. They get a little close.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just I think the first down movement.
Well, that's supposed to be this instead of this.
Yes,
which looks
right.
like they're saying he didn't catch it, but he did. So another completion, back-to-back completions there for the quarterback here in Zach Schaefer.
I'm like, unless my eyes are lying to me, that was for sure a catch. Nice play defensively.
Maybe a run, but again, just know where to go. Give a lot of credit on the inside. For the Badgers, I mean, I'll tell you what, Anthony Walker's been everywhere tonight so far.
Yeah, number 72, Anthony Walker, and he is I'm watching him now he's in the screen now. You see him just communicating with teammates, encouraging teammates, but he's having a day identifying the rushing attacks that he is attacking and is being rewarded by making multiple plays here tonight.
All right, so they're going to be 2nd down and 9. Ball approaching midfield for the Red Wolves. Schaefer rolling out to the right. He's going to have time. Looking, throwing. That ball is going to be just a bit short, incomplete. Tell you what, Schaefer had a bunch of room on that side, but went for the pass, couldn't complete it. 3rd down and long on the way.
Yeah, he did. he was going for Nathan Tomer, and he kind of was hoping, maybe Tomer a little bit kind of break through just a little bit there on the comeback. And that ball, could have made it, but it slipped up too. But, yeah, he had a ton of room. Schaefer, it just did not happen. And, yeah, don't look now, but it's third and 8, third and 9?
Yeah, it's a long way to go for the Red Wolves here, trying to keep this drive alive. Badgers trying to tighten up on defense. Handoff on the inside, spinning down is Kramer. He gets down to about the 46-yard line. So it's a gain of 6. It's going to be 4th and 3 on the other side of the 50.
I was curious to see, even with the run play, what they decide to do. You do see subs.
And did they have a plan to kind of go for it no matter what there?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, if you run that play, sometimes when you're going to go for it on 4th down no matter what, sometimes your 3rd down play is a little bit more conservative than normal. But it's by design.
Well, again, Schaefer's also the punter, too, so you have that option if you really needed to. But he's under center here.
With 2 split backs.
Divner in motion, Van Divner, that is. Looking to pass, throwing outside. It's high, and it's incomplete. Had the receiver streaking top of your screen, could not find the man. That's going to be a turnover on downs. The Badgers hold tight, and now a chance to go up potentially 2 scores with 7 minutes to go in this first half.
And even though at the tail end of the throw the receiver was open, you still had traffic when Schaefer made the throw. So that's a tough play to make, and credit the defense for handling business. Now 2 4th down stops. Of course, you had the block punt or the mishandled snap with the field goal the last drive, and then the 4th down stop.
Oliver Miller back in the shotgun. He's 3 of 4 for 66 yards. He's got a rushing touchdown as well in this first half. Look to throw. Good move by Miller with a big move. He cuts back inside. Oliver Miller keeps the play alive and gets a huge gain of 8. It's almost like he played running back.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair at all. I mean, again, even if you can be at the right spots, but we all know coming into this game how much of a playmaker this quarterback really is, and, man, do you see it. And that's why it's important, too, your offensive line to be right on it, because you got to block all the way through, and if those lanes weren't there, Miller has nowhere to go.
Well, timing those drops on the defense is important, too. If he takes that step up, he's already got the agility to be able to move quick off the ball there. I mean, it's tough to time if you're a defensive line, even for a really good one like Cuyahoga Heights. Speaking of which, they almost got Miller. He cuts through, still on his feet, lowers his shoulder. I tell you what, he was about back 5 yards and was about to get tackled for a loss. He ends up gaining a yard, so it's 3rd and short.
Brandon Flynn had the play. I mean, it's 3rd down. They didn't get the 1st down. But right there in that backfield, how in the world did Miller get away from Flynn?
It's almost like they were preparing him for this.
Flynn made a great play there defensively, right there, and then somehow Miller slipped out of it.
Well, 3rd and about a long 1 yard here. See if Miller's got more magic. He's going to look, roll out, throwing a little dump pass. It's going to be short. Try to do something short.
Miller's going to want that one back, Kyle.
Yeah, he's definitely going to. He kind of rolled out and short arm to throw off his back foot. Couldn't get enough on the screen throw, and now it's going to be 4th down and 1. And I'd imagine the Badgers right back at the Red Wolves. They'll probably go for this.
Yeah, you're right at that, the 45. You're right in that zone where you can do whatever you want. If you wanted to, you could pin Cuyahoga Heights, pin them deep, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, the last 2 drives, the way the defense has played for the Badgers, they have a lot of confidence to go for it.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're not seeing the punter out there, so no Colton Miller-Gabbert to kick it away. Handoff Holland inside. I'll tell you what, Cuyahoga Heights read the play perfect. No gain. Huge stop on the inside. I mean, take your pick. There was a couple different guys that made the play, but Liam Conti was one of the big ones. He floods the backfield, and it's a turnover on downs. And the Red Wolves, again, another opportunity to try and tie this ball game.
Well, Conti and a few others did a great job when you're running the ball defensively, you see the pulling guard, your job is to get right on top of that pulling guard and beat him to the punch. And that's exactly what happened. And kudos to Cuyahoga Heights for getting that 4th down stop.
Schaefer under center now. Turns hands inside.
Oh, my.
Oh, what a hit.
Is that Walker again?
Oh, guess who? Oh, my goodness.
Are you kidding?
That's the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object right
tackle.
there. My goodness.
That is you in a clean way, having to drive through your opponent. In a clean way, he did just that. An attack. That's how you play football.
Well, I'll tell you
that's
what.
How you play football.
That's going to be the hardest 2 yards Kramer ever got in his life. But he still got a positive gain out of that, believe it or not, with forward progress. So it's 2nd down and 8. Again, approaching midfield are the Red Wolves. Schaefer again under center, looking, throwing, out route. He's got a receiver. It's caught. Van Divner outside, stutter steps, and he should be right at the 1st down marker.
Yeah, that was a great effort there. And he's made a few good plays there. Remember the big one earlier in the game when he got away from the defender, had a big play down the field.
Biggest pass plays, have been the screen passes that have been for both teams here. And now Schaefer 4 of 10, 39 yards unofficially, and then 1st down is they're back in Badger territory. The Red Wolves starting to threaten here. 4.5 minutes to go in the 1st half. Handoff. Actually going to be
oh, no. They got the.
They lose it?
No, they blew. The officials didn't know who had the ball. Schaefer had the ball. And they blew it dead.
How does that work?
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, I've done high school football for half my life. I've never seen that. I've seen, like, you know.
You're gonna have to replay the
down. Yeah, you're gonna have no choice.
Oh man,
I thought
feel
Schaefer.
so bad.
The way it looked, I thought Schaefer kept it, and he did. And they, this is not from the out of bounds kickoff to this now. It's been a tough day for the refs in this 1st half. My goodness. Listen, the misdirection, all that stuff, it's an Al Martin team, so you know it's going to be really good.
Listen, I'm not going to criticize the officials. I don't even want to officiate a 3rd game.
I don't envy that at all.
Game.
Throw to the outside, another out route. That one is caught by Van Divner. He turns upfield, cuts in, cuts out, and a good tackle to get him out of bounds and save a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. What a throw to the outside. Van Divner's been lighting him up in this 1st half.
Well, that one was clear. I mean, in terms of what happened there. And again, yeah, you're right. He's had a great day.
Yeah, Bryce Walker saved that
space.
touchdown, too, because if he didn't push him out of bounds there with the ankle tackle, I mean, we're talking about a touchdown.
But now, again, you know, the Red Wolves have had no problem getting to this point, getting to the red zone as Butcher's going to call a timeout. They've had no problem getting to the red zone. It's now that there's a reason why there's still 0 on their scoreboard. Like, you got to capitalize with this opportunity.
Now, with that pass, Schaefer now 5 of 11, 68 yards unofficially. That was a huge gain, 29 yards down the left side. Again, simple out routes, just getting some space, and Van Divner's been able to get that separation to be able to turn the edge now a couple times and make some plays. The first for a 1st down, and that one, a huge gain.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to make sure, too, like, you know, obviously, you know, the officials every single week, they do a great job. We only usually acknowledge when something bad happens. But again, like I don't have a kid. But if I did, and they asked me like, hey, you want to officiate a 3rd grade or a 4th grade or whatever YMC? Nope. Absolutely not. No.
That's because you'd be blending in with the kids.
Well, we're not going to mention that, but you're right.
Hey, you shaved that goatee. I think you're in 3rd grade.
My gray hairs would say otherwise, buddy.
They got crazy gel at Rite Aid now, or whatever, the CVS, or whatever's
we'll
around.
Figure it out.
Can't say Rite Aid. I don't think Rite Aid's a thing anymore. But we're getting that old now, where convenience stores that were convenience stores are no longer convenience stores.
Unreal.
So that's all you need to know about us.
Do you remember when? As in, like, last year.
Don't mind me as I get my walker with the tennis balls at the bottom. 4:03 to go in the 1st half. The Red Wolves threatening again now inside the 20-yard line for the 3rd time tonight of the Badgers. Is the 3rd time a charm. Throwing, jump ball, back corner. It is caught. Touchdown. Oh, what a throw and a catch. Nathan Tomer brings it in, and an extra point away from tying the ball game.
Yeah, let's watch this. Not much pressure up front until the very end, and then making the play there. Tomer turned around, located the football, and got the touchdown in open space. And again, he's had battles against Zach Smith. Smith had a couple of stops early in the game, but that time, Tomer able to get the advantage there on the one-on-ones.
How impressive was that catch? Good throw from Schaefer, too. What a drive for Zach Schaefer. Put together some really good passes. They kind of left the run game a little bit there and decided to go more through the air, and it worked to their favor.
And way to overcome adversity after the missed play there.
This time the snap is good. Kick is on the way. That is good through the uprights. Baron Rush knocks it in, and it's tied up 7-7 with 3:56 to go. Here on CVC TV, the Red Wolves and the Badgers all square. Again, at YourGreenValleyConference.com.
This is a really good football game across the board. Even when it was 0-0, you saw excellent defenses, like excellent stops. And now both teams are comfortable. Both teams learning from their mistakes from a week ago. And we're in for something here. Both, teams trying to get their first W.
I'll tell you, every time they score, either the team score, the scoreboard changes, and the scoreboard is sponsored by Gallucci's Italian Foods, from fresh pasta to imported cheese. Find it all at tasteitaly.com. That's tasteitaly.com.
You ever become hungry after a read?
Yes, all the time.
That just happened.
Usually after R&T fence.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you again to all of our partners here on CVC TV for supporting us, our entire production team. Thank you again for locking in with us.
Sun's starting to set here in beautiful Burton, Ohio. And a beautiful game so far. Defense ruled the first quarter. The second quarter, these teams starting to wake up a little bit on offense, as we are tied 7-7 here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium.
The best stadium name in all of CVC.
I'm still waiting for the block of cheese. We've done a bunch of games here at this point. I think at some point we're going to get served.
With just straight cheese?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Straight up. Got to grade it yourself. That kick's going to go out of bounds. That curved out really quick near the 25-yard line, so the ball going to come back to the 35.
Yeah, this time no controversy there.
I think we're pretty clear on that one.
So what, we're going to have, under 4 minutes, see if the Badgers can put some points on the board before halftime. A lot of times we talk about the 2-minute drill, but coaches do also practice the 4-minute drill as well. And it's just, you're not necessarily rushing, but you're scripting an efficient, drive down the field for this situation right here.
I almost wonder if maybe Coach DeWeese is regretting that fourth down conversion attempt that they did not convert. Remember last week, though, 5 for 6 on fourth down conversion, so proof's in the pudding. They were converting a lot. Miller throws outside. That ball dropped. He took a shot after the play. He tried to find Colton Miller-Gabbard on the far side of the field, and that ball just through his hands. Second down.
Had a flag there as well.
There was a late hit. I'm not sure if it's going to be. Oh. All right, so they're going to have to repeat first down. It's a 10-yard penalty. It was Chris Bouye McDonald, the senior. A rare penalty for the Badgers, and they'll have to move back.
Yeah, not that many penalties at all, really, in this game.
Second one of the game, double A, honestly. So Oliver Miller trips to the bottom of your screen, looking. He's going to step up. He's going to have to run. Miller pump fakes once, pump fakes twice, still going. Cuts back, and he gets near the original line of scrimmage. Somehow Miller got about 8 yards on that scramble.
I will give Miller credit for this, too, on top of the scramble. He did go through all of his progressions and see what developed, what was open. But it was quick, but, he scanned the field, didn't identify anything that was open, and he took a lot of those penalty yards back. So
it goes from 1st and 20 to 2nd and about 13, 12 yards here.
And again, they're making good time. We're coming up, 3:16 to go here before half. If they get this first down, then you're going places here.
Miller looks, checks again, throws to the outside. That one is going to be caught and met immediately. Tell you what, Marker had nowhere to go. You mentioned going through the reads. Miller did that, but there was just nothing there. A gain of maybe about 1, and it's going to set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, and that go around, too. huge credit to the defense across the board for taking away every single option and still applying pressure to Miller up front.
And who else? Liam Conti was out there on the outside, one of the tacklers on that pass play. We called his name a bunch tonight.
Yeah, number 7. He has really established himself defensively in this game.
I think this season he's the person that we're going to be looking out for when we talk about all conference awards, all of that, just on defense, all over the field. Linebacker, but essentially plays all over. Third down, pressure. It's going to be a screen. That one's batted down. Good hands on the inside by Cuyahoga Heights. That was big James Henley who knocked that ball down, and fourth down on the way. I imagine the Badgers are going to punt this one off.
Yeah, Henley doing a great job. I mean, all of them there with the pressure, but also when you have free rate at the quarterback, you're so tempted to just bring him down. Like he's right there. Boom, it's right there. But you play to the strength of your defense overall, the play call, and Henley did a great job getting that arm out there to get that pass batted down. Excellent play.
All right, so fourth down, and Cuyahoga Heights, remember, they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter as well. The Badgers started the game with the ball. Play blown dead for a moment.
Going to have a uniform issue on the Red Wolf side of things. It's always interesting, too. You have to get subbed in when you're not expecting to get subbed in because you're always yelled at. Like it's your fault that you're not coming in the game.
Well, Colton Miller-Gabbert to punt this one away for the Badgers. Again, Xander Merriweather back to return it for the Red Wolves. That one blocked on the inside, and it's picked up by Cuyahoga Heights. We'll have to check the replay to see who got it, but, I mean, a bunch of players in there. And so no replay on there, but nevertheless, I mean, there was 3 different white jerseys back there, Double A, that could have blocked that punt.
And what was crazy about it, too, you know, some of the guys were dropping back into safe coverage there, and you still had pressure. But that's what happens, too. If you're not sealing, you know, up front, it's going to get blocked.
It's the second straight week that Cuyahoga Heights has blocked a punt. Can you believe that?
Unreal. And I think we showed Brandon Flynn on there, so I know he was part of that play.
Oh, my goodness. There was 4 white jerseys. It was like almost like a protection for a screen. Schaefer looking to pass again. Going to take a shot. He's got a receiver. And it's dropped. Oh, it's dropped. Van Divner could have walked in through his hands. Oh, my goodness. Second down coming up, and the Badgers escape on a touchdown given up there. Oh, my.
Well, there's nobody in the stadium that feels worse at this very moment than that young man.
You felt the groan on this side, too, for the Badgers fans. They were nervous there on that one because it was a good ball from Schaefer, and Van Devner, who's been sure-handed all first half, just couldn't pull that one in. Second down on the way.
Schaefer got out of it there.
Schaefer going to keep that. He held on tight and gets about 4 to 5 yards.
So it's going to be important here. You got Van Dimmer coming back into the game. Be good teammates. I saw on the sidelines, I was watching, you know, encouraging him, like, hey, you know, lock back in. You've made great plays today. Lock back in because we might come right back to you.
I think they definitely will. He's been the favorite target of Schaefer the last drive, too, and then throughout the game. Third down and 6. Schaefer looking to pass. Going to Van Devner again immediately. Back shoulder over, incomplete.
And that was more so great defense there with just coverage, you know, double coverage over the top. And Schaefer, that's a safe throw there. You don't throw an interception, so throw it out of bounds.
Only throw it where your receiver can get it if you can. If not, yeah, you live to fight another down. Don't want to give the ball back on a turnover. So 4th and 6, and again, I would imagine Coach Martin, again, Schaefer is the punter. So if they really want to and it's not a field goal range and they're going to take a timeout to talk it over, they can read it, and if Schaefer doesn't like what he sees, he can do a short punt and put, you know, the Badgers back deep if they really want to.
Yeah, they could.
Don't know. I mean, we did see the extra point. I'll tell you what. I mean, Baron Rush did knock that one through pretty far. So, I mean, you want to test the young man, you probably could. But this would be a very, very long field goal, even for high school standards. Talking about a 45-plus yard field goal attempt.
And to be mindful, too, less than a minute came off the clock in these few plays here so far. So it does become dangerous, too, because do you give the Badgers let's say if Cuyahoga Heights doesn't convert this play, there's a minute 15 left to go. Do you want to give the Badgers decent field position with 75 seconds to go before halftime?
You want to get something positive out of this for sure. Try to put them inside their own 30. But you also don't, like I said, don't want to turn the ball over. Don't want to throw an interception. Don't want to fumble. Maybe it's a, we want to play Nostradamus here. Maybe it's a QB sneak.
I mean, even if this doesn't convert, it's not horrible field position to play defense either.
And a minute 22 to go in this first half. Schaefer looks. He's going to throw quick. It's on the inside. It's caught just shy, I think, of that first down marker.
That's going to be so close.
Found Tomer, and he's right there. Nope. It's going to be just short, about a yard short. So it's going to be 5. They needed 6, and the Badgers will take back over with 1:17 to go here in this first half.
There you go. There you go. So good effort, but just not, just by an inch. Just not able to be at the right spot.
I'll tell you what, Schaefer's had an active first half. 7 of 15, 87 yards passing, 5 carries, 20 yards on the ground. He's been making some plays here, especially in this second quarter. But now the Badgers, again, despite everything that happened, still have an opportunity to try and get some points here. Got a couple timeouts, too. Again, Oliver Miller works some magic. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Miller rolling. He's under pressure. He's going to get brought down.
Wow.
Swallowed up back there. Oh, my goodness. On the weak side, Bentley Chamberlain got back there. The backup defensive tackle, and he gets a sack.
And he flew.
Timeout for Cuyahoga Heights, by the way, here, too.
It's their last one of the half. Remember, they burnt their first timeout early in the first quarter.
Listen, this is a smart play from Coach Al Martin. They blocked the punt the last time, so if there is there's no advancement of the ball, they can't complete a pass, whatever it is, I mean, there's still an opportunity to get some points on the board for the Red Wolves before this is all said and done.
By the way, the officials just now, they threw a flag for a sideline warning. I don't know if it's going to be, enforced.
I think it'll be just a warning.
Yeah, but
So
they did throw the flag,
Yeah,
but
Coach Martin not happy
usually
about
it's a
that.
warning.
Got to stay inside those purple lines, the purple painted area if you're a player.
There's usually, this brings back memories, there's usually someone on staff
That's
that is
responsible for the line.
That's the get back coach or get back guy on the staff.
Well, it's going to be a big opportunity here. I think for the Badgers double at this point, they almost just want to try and escape here and have this score be 7-7. If you're Cuyahoga Heights, you want more pass attempts, you want an incompletion or two, and you want a chance to try and block another punt.
Well, on top of that, too, Cuyahoga Heights has ramped up the pressure. They have ramped it up. So if Miller wants to, got to get that ball out quick, it's going to be up to the receiving corps. We heard a lot of great things coming into this game about the Badgers receiving corps. It's almost imperative that they get the ball early on in the count. Of course, the Badgers, looks like on the field, they love the music selection here. One of their top songs here. We would tell you what it is, but then we would get kicked off the air.
I think Trent Holland's just
Holland's
having a great time.
He is turnt right now. Get after it. But, hey, I want to see more of him in the second half, though. He's one of those guys I want to,
Hey, 49 yards last week on 7 carries and a touchdown. 2 carries, 0 yards tonight for Holland. He has not been featured. He's still going at it, by the way.
Yeah, he's getting after it.
I think
What if he gets the ball?
He's having a dance-off with Max. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And just letting everyone know what was going on. So here we go. Minute to go in the first half. 2nd and 21 on their own 12-yard line. The Badgers trying to get some breathing room here. They're going to call 105 on the game clock.
Okay, yeah.
Extra 5 seconds.
Again, typically sideline warnings are not. Usually, you're letting the teams know, hey, if you do this again, then it's
you're in trouble.
Yeah, then you're in trouble.
It's going to be a handoff left side, turning upfield. There's Holland. He was dancing. Now he's dancing on the field in the play. got near to the original line of
How
scrimmage.
about that?
He needed to dance a little bit. He got to get the legs moving. That's all he needed.
He knew. He was like, hey, man, I got the play call. All right, let's go. Let's move it along so we could so I can put it at work. He knew he was getting the ball. That was amazing.
That was pretty cool. He got about 8 to 9 yards on that carry. Going to set up 3rd and 13. A lot better than where it was. And again, the clock in a roll, which is important here. I think technically they haven't started the play clock yet for whatever reason. Now they have. So honestly,
well, they don't need the play clock now.
They don't anymore. Yeah, they can. The Badgers honestly could just let this roll out and go into halftime with a tie score here. We'll see if they decide to do that or not.
They do have 2 timeouts, but it doesn't seem like they're going to use it.
We're past that. It's going to be handoff on the inside. Not much there for Holland. His 4th carry. He got back maybe to the original line of scrimmage, if not maybe a yard or 2 more. And that is going to end the first half. 7-7 the score. The Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves and the home Berkshire Badgers in their home opener at Great Lakes G Stadium are deadlocked at 7 apiece. And we're going to take a break here on CVC TV for the bands. When we come back, we'll have the Ohio Media School halftime report, give you some stat updates, maybe some score updates too, and of course we'll have second half action here from beautiful Burton, Ohio. Again, the score 7-7 at halftime right here on CVC TV.
Northeast Ohio's trusted fence company for over 37 years, R&T Fence.
Cleveland icon Denise Dufala.
Hi, I'm just picking up a few things for dinner tonight. Fresh pasta, and of course Mama Gallucci's famous sauce. But I need a few more things. So come with me. This is the Asiago? Oh yeah. Without seeds, please. That's the good stuff, especially dipping in your sauce. So if there's a line, this is like the fastest line in Cleveland. This is awesome. Straight from Italy,
Denise Dufala knows. Great taste.
It's in the bag from Gallucci's.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes in skilled trades that interest you, with hands-on training and real-world experience with professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. Beonair.com.
So get on up and use your muscles and dance along to the Cupid Shuffle. Not all dance songs have to be funky. Some of them are just straight up rockers. And the next song we're playing proves just that. Enjoy Journey's 1981 arena rock anthem hit, Don't Stop Believing. Our final song tonight, written by LMFAO, took the world by storm in 2011. Y'all know it. Party Rock is in the house tonight. Everybody have a good time. There they are, folks, your 2026 Marching Red Wolves. Thank you to Berkshire for hosting us tonight, and good luck with your show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut 2026 home halftime performance of the Berkshire Marching Badgers. The band is under the direction of band director Mr. Matt Hansel, assistant director and badgerette coach Miss Jenny Huss, and handsome announcer Mr. Sean Epler. You ought to hear these songs from the aughts. Take us back to the days of puka shell necklaces, two different colored polos worn at the same time, with plaid cargo shorts. Yes, I just described my high school wardrobe. It's our 2000 Bangers theme, where every song is a banger. And I'm going down, I'm yelling, Timber! By Pitbull, featuring Kesha. Is It Too Late to Say That I'm Sorry by Justin Bieber.
doubling up, and we lost Kyle. Took a little tumble over the fence.
Great job, Marching Badger.
As I record it, took a little tumble over the fence.
And now we are going to feature the incredible Badgerettes on a tune with a music video that we all watched on MTV while waiting for the bus to arrive. Or you may have heard it on the hit TV series Glee. Or maybe tonight's the first time you're hearing it, but that seems unlikely. It's Toxic by Britney Spears.
Okay.
But the Marching Badgers, our audience is demanding more. Don't Stop the Music by Rihanna.
I just did like
I was set.
tonight. We wish them the best of luck on the rest of their season. Don't forget to buy a delicious meatball sub at the Toonbackers concession stand. And thank you, Toonbackers, for all you do to support our music program. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Berkshire Marching Badgers performance you got to see tonight is only able to happen because of the amazing...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime here at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium. Score 7-7, all tied up. The home Berkshire Badgers and the Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves even here on CVC TV, week 2 of our coverage, and it is time for the Ohio Media School halftime score and stats update. So Oliver Miller looked good, 4 of 7, 67 yards. He had 5 carries, 21 yards, and a rushing touchdown. It's been a battle of the quarterbacks so far. Double A on the other side, Zach Schaefer for the Red Wolves, 7 of 15 for 87 yards and a touchdown. He ran 5 times for 20 yards. Both upperclassmen, seniors playing some really good football tonight.
Yeah, both dual threats. I mean, and you're seeing how both are phenomenal athletes. Of course, Miller, converting over to the quarterback position, but you can see what he can do when he takes off with the football. But Schaefer, my goodness, I mean, again, he has the size too and a zip to his ball. But yeah, both quarterbacks, absolute standouts. And you're going to see here in the second half, which one of these offensive lines can do whatever needs to be done to protect their quarterbacks, because both teams, in particular Cuyahoga Heights, they started to ramp up the pressure a little bit against the quarterback.
Kind of shocking. We mentioned in the first half, Trent Holland last week for the Badgers had a fantastic game. He had 7 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 7 yards per carry last week. Tonight, only 3 carries for 9 yards. I imagine he's part of the plans in the second half for Coach DeWeese.
Oh, definitely. And you saw the hint of it near the end of the first half where, all right, I've been a little quiet. Some music going on, in the stadium, and he was getting going. And he had a big carry there, about 8 yards, but something to get things in working order. I expect, to your point, Kyle, a lot of number 20 in that game plan for the Badgers.
And again, a reminder, halftime stats are brought to you by the Ohio Media School. Hands-on training for careers in skilled trades, sports media, film and media production. Learn more at beonair.com. That's beonair.com. You see it right there in the middle bottom of your screen. Also, a big first half for the running game for Cuyahoga Heights as well. Dustin Kramer, 10 carries, 59 yards in the first half. Expecting him to be a factor here as we move here shortly into the third quarter.
We're going to see here, too. I mean, both teams, deadlocked at 7 apiece. Field position is always huge. Speaking of field position, we've seen it twice. The kickoff go out of bounds. I believe both teams have done it once. So it's going to be very important, special teams to really, really lock in, get a good kick, and then, see what happens, get a good kick return on the other end.
Trio of Red Wolves back to return the kick. Still got 1 minute and 15 to go here before they added a little bit too much time. Both teams are ready to go.
Well, you know what happened? It was the 4th song that was added during the halftime there. So you do have a little bit.
Oh, hey, shout out to the bands, though. They were good. Very good.
Very good. And everyone involved, too. Of course, the bands and the cheerleaders as well. Like, it's all, it's a full operation. Now, the third quarter, this is a good song. The third quarter is interesting, too, because a good chunk of the fans are still in the concession stands. So this is usually the point of the game where the road team, you're not getting taken home.
No, this is usually the point of the game where you're stuck in the concession stand line, and I did the third quarter by myself.
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That happened a couple games last year. No, but this is usually the point of the game where the road team can gain a little bit of momentum, because you're not going to have as much home crowd firepower, because some are still in the stands. But I'm looking at the stands right now on the home side, and most are at their seats, actually.
Some additions, too. They got some tables down there next to the stands, so some good spots for fans to kind of walk through and enjoy and grab a seat. Still good views of the field. It's actually on both sides. They've been able to add a little bit more space for the fans here, as Mason going to boot that ball away. It's going to go down the sideline and out of bounds. There's another one. Third one that goes out tonight between the two teams. That means the ball is going to come all the way out to the 35-yard line. There's the drone, and we're underway in the third quarter.
Yes, we are here at Great Lakes G Stadium. Still, this stadium is, what, at this point, 3-4 years old now?
Tell you what, it's hosted multiple playoff games. It's been a great spot.
It still feels like this is day one of this state. This is a phenomenal stadium across the board. Of course, Berkshire doing a great job of hosting, and you mentioned the playoff games you've been here.
Now we're going to see what Zach Schaefer and company can do. 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line for the Red Wolves. Under center. Maybe a handoff on the inside, breaking through room to run. Kramer turns upfield to midfield. A 15-yard run for Dustin Kramer, and just like that, it's a huge first down. A good opening play for the Red Wolves.
How about a good run off tackle to get things going for the Red Wolves? We had talked during halftime. You know, we have done several Cuyahoga Heights games.
When's the last time you saw 15 pass attempts?
Yeah.
In a half. Maybe in a game you see that. But again, trust in Schaefer from Coach Al Martin, and the run game's been great too. Schaefer going to keep it this time. He's going to get spun down after a short gain of about 3. He had to work for those 3 yards. He was under pressure immediately on that fake.
But yeah, to that point though, Kyle, I know you've been a part of CVC TV, 4 years. We've been doing this overall, what, 6 or 7 seasons now, and I don't remember, the high number of passing attempts by Coach Al Martin team that we have broadcasted.
Bound to see more here in this third quarter. Not yet, though. Handoff on the inside, and again, just pushing through. Oh, my goodness. Kramer moves the chains again. What a run.
But this is the opportunity here, top of the third quarter. Your body defensively is still cold. You're not really warmed up again, coming out of that halftime break. So it's a perfect opportunity to, go right down the pipe, offensively.
About 12 carries, 83 yards for Kramer unofficially. Remember last week he had 85 yards and a blocked punt. A couple of good games for Kramer so far to start the season. First down, Red Wolves. Flag comes in. Play blown dead before it even gets started. Usually when it's that quick, it's an offsides or a false start. We'll see who it's on. I think both teams got a little jumpy.
We'll see what they call it on. I know the defensive line.
Encroachment on the Badger.
Should be offensively, because I think the defensive lineman kind of shuffled spots. Did not jump across.
I think it would just be offsides on the offense. I don't know if encroachment by the offense is a penalty.
Right.
But, yeah. So,
but the offensive lineman reacted to the defensive lineman shuffling over.
Yeah, or a false start. That's also possible too. Nevertheless, it's a 5-yard penalty. Ball back at the 44-yard line now, the Badgers. So 1st and 15 for the Red Wolves. Schaefer turns, hands up the middle. Not much for Kramer this time, though he still does gain about 3 yards on the carry. Even the short ones look like he's maybe not going to go as far, but those legs keep churning, and he keeps working for the extra yardage, man.
They do, and it was key. Both of these teams talked about it coming in. You got to win in the trenches. Coach Louise made a huge point of that. Head coach of the Berkshire Badgers, got to win in the trenches. Usually in these type of situations, lowest men to the ground is going to typically make the plays.
Schaefer looking to pass, throwing outside. He's got a receiver. It's caught on the far sideline. Big hit out of bounds, but it should be enough for a first down. That was Merriweather who made the catch and moved the chains. A gain of about 12 from Schaefer.
Well, he did a good job, too. He was reading the defensive end, and as soon as he got the read on the defensive end there, made the play because got the linebacker, the defensive end to suck in and expose the flat. Got a big gain for the first down.
First time we've called Merriweather's name on the offensive side. He's done some returning. Van Divner's at the bottom of your screen. Watch him. He had a huge first half. Schaefer looks like I think he kept that ball.
You see what he did at the very end of the play? Like, you know, you try to do some crawls or whatever, and you want to make sure your knees stay off the ground. Wonder if he'll be, I don't think he was credited. Maybe he got credited with a yard extra.
Well, I got about 2 to 3 yards on that run. Bear crawl was my least favorite thing to ever do, I will tell you.
Back then or today?
Period. Me very tall, me no good close to the ground.
Okay.
We'll say that much. Second and long, handoff on the inside. This time he's met a host of Badgers swarming Kramer, who still ended up getting about a yard. So it's going to be third and about 7.
Yeah, Holland and Rice did a great job both attacking there defensively, making a solid tackle. And again, you just brought it up there. You know, when they run the football very well, you have to have multiple guys to the football. And even when you do everything right, you can still give up a few yards. But a huge opportunity here for this third down for both of these teams. Try to break the tie.
Schaefer pitches outside, room to run, turning upfield. He's got space and he's in. Flag comes in late. It's a touchdown for now, but that one could be coming back. Oh, no.
Going to be a hold on a defense.
Well, hold on now. They're pointing back to Cuyahoga Heights. There's some confusion again down on the field about who this is on. If it stands, the Red Wolves got a touchdown out of that. I think everyone wondering what's going on here.
I thought
they're moving it back. It looks like I think this is going to be on Cuyahoga Heights.
Yeah, and I want
a spot foul, so they should have a first down. So they got the first down. The holding happened after the first down marker inside the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard penalty, ball back at the 14.
That makes sense. I do want to credit while they figured out 53, Hentley did a great job on blocking it. His block was clean on the outside, creating a big run.
Little pitch play. We haven't seen that yet tonight. It's been all the inside stuff. Speaking of which, hand up the middle, not much there. No gain, if any.
And it seems like the Badgers have a little bit more confidence on the interior, identifying their responsibilities, who the ball carrier is, also the guards, where the ball's going, and making a play.
It's been the edges double A. It's been that pitch to the outside, hitting the edge spot. It's been those out routes to, Van Divner and everything too. That's been the plays that have hurt the Badgers. Other than that, inside, I mean, both teams playing pretty even as far as the defenses. Second down and 10. Pitch again to the outside, trying to find it. Merriweather out there. He's got the speed, cuts through, still on his feet, and it took down inside the 5 to the 4.
That was a great cut. Great cut and great speed to get those positive yardage and move the chains.
Yep, got 11 yards, needed 10. It's first down and goal inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Walker got the tackle. It's a little bit too late as it's a new set of downs and an opportunity for the Red Wolves for the first time tonight to get the lead here.
And they have fresh bodies coming in. Again, against a defense that's not completely warmed up yet, coming out of the halftime break.
Schaefer under center, tight formation, hands inside, lowering the shoulder, trying to push through. Not going to get it on that one.
Now, that was pretty good defense. Can they do it for 3 more plays? That's what makes this really tough. 3 more plays because, the Red Wolves are not going to stop here. And again, got more subs up front. So
yeah, Lincoln Hilsenroth got that carry up the middle. Remember, he had a couple of those in the first half, too, where he just couldn't break through that Badger defensive line. It's the beauty of where you're at, though, Double A. You've got a couple chances. Inside the 5 again. Remember, they had this happen in the first half on, I believe, the first drive, and they couldn't convert. Handoff inside, still fighting for yards. I think they got about 1.
So close. And again, every single play, 3 or 4 guys come in, 3 or 4 guys come out. for the Red Wolves. Meanwhile, the Badgers keeping all 11 this entire drive.
Already halfway through the third quarter, 7-7, but the Red Wolves again threatening to take a lead. Here, week 2 of CVC TV on the road.
Yeah, this is a Cuyahoga Heights drive we're used to seeing.
Lots of running. Some pitch plays, no pass attempts yet. There's another one. Schaefer got tackled, trying to get to the outside. Turning the corner, dives, and in! Touchdown! Merriweather got to the outside, extended his arms just like Miller did in the first half, and he gets it in for 6.
Yeah, watch. Some of those angles were a little bit too deep. And they're going to watch that defensively in the film, like kind of veer it out to the outside a little bit more defensively. You would have made the play.
Huge touchdown right there for the Red Wolves in a game where points have been at a premium.
And time of possession.
Tell you what, taking off over half the quarter to get those 7 points, or 6 points for now at least, but still impressive as Rush's going to line up that extra point attempt. Again, play blown dead for a moment.
Had a flag.
That ball. Delay game. Offense.
Oh.
5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
All right, so they're going to have to move back 5 yards. So the extra point becomes more of like a chip shot field goal, or in this case for high school, again, now it's about a 25.
Yeah, at this level, that penalty is actually a pretty big deal.
Play blown dead again for a moment. Trying to make it a 7-point game. Snap good, hold on the way, kick is up. Lots of distance on it, and it's good.
Kick is good.
Cuyahoga Heights pulls ahead. It's now 14-7 with 5:40 to go right here on CVC TV. And again, a reminder, it's keeping you posted on tonight's score is Gallucci's Italian Foods, Cleveland's home for authentic Italian ingredients since 1912. Shop online at tasteitaly.com. That's tasteitaly.com.
Now that is a Coach Al Martin drive that we have been used to seeing over the last several years.
I did lie. There was one pass attempt.
Yeah, you had one.
It was for 11 yards in the first half.
Yeah, you had one, but again, mixing in, and even when you get a big run coming out of halftime against the defense, like, oh man, we got to get back into it. Like right now, your body's just not equipped to take that in, and you're right too, Kyle. You know, between the tackles, Berkshire made some adjustments. They were able to attack between the tackles. It's outside the tackles where Merriweather and like they have some big carries on the outside.
And a lot of athletes on Cuyahoga Heights. One of the things that Coach Dewey said, hey, we know that they have speed. They've got good weapons out there. Have to be able to hone them in and, again, just win the trenches matchup because both teams have been very evenly matched inside in this ball game.
Rush to kick off.
Of course, the focus here, too, can this kick stay inbounds?
I think we've had 3 or 4 consecutive kicks go out. This one, though, should be returned. It's down the middle, taking it at the 20-yard line. Cutting through and getting out to the roughly 28 of the Badgers, and that's where they'll have their first drive of the second half. How tough is it when you come out, you're excited, the defense played well in the first half, and you do give up a touchdown, and it's a long drive, and the offense has to sit there and has to wait?
Yeah, you do. You have to wait, and the only good save is not a great thing, but a lot of these players are two-way players, so you've been out there for the most part, but some, yes, staying on the sidelines. You want to get back out there. Now's your opportunity.
Miller, shotgun, throws outside. It is caught. Short gain. Ball came out, and it's recovered by Cuyahoga Heights. On a screen pass, Miller with a great play, but I tell you what, a great forced fumble on the bottom of your screen. Watch this here.
Yeah, a good strip there for number 4. Kind of stripped it there for Cuyahoga Heights. And yeah, that's tough too. You got to protect that football.
That's Van Divner who stripped the ball out. And then Cole Schuckert was able to recover it. And just like that, Heights gets the ball right back.
And to your question about, being back on offense, is short-lived.
Just a bit.
How about
Schaefer looking,
this?
oh, he's got a receiver, and it is incomplete. He couldn't pull it in, just out of the reach of Tomer. Tomer had it and just could not pull it in, a little bit too far from Schaefer. It's the second time in the game a touchdown was inches away.
Yeah, that close, and that's how they, man, emotionally, that would have been a gut punch.
Well, let's see
if Cuyahoga Heights would have, if Tomer was able to bring that in. You're right, it was a little far though, just a touch.
Tell you what, though,
ahead.
He made a play and almost got that. Fingertips on it, just couldn't control it on the way down. So 2nd and 10, and the Red Wolves feeling good right now on offense. Schaefer again looks outside, throws. It is caught. Van Divner working, cuts back, still on his feet. He's going to get brought down. Huge tackle coming from the weak side.
Yeah, you have multiple guys up there afterwards, but hey, positive yardage though for the Red Wolves on the outside, a high percentage completion.
It was Ryan Demchek Castro who cleaned it up. So a gain of about 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short.
3rd down and 4 for the Red Wolves. Following the Badger 22-yard
And
line.
right there at the 22, I imagine too. Listen for the hard count.
Schaefer, pressure, throws, back shoulder caught. Good stutter step working through his Merriweather. He goes down. He got to be careful, almost lost the ball there. He's right at that 1st down marker. They're going to give it to him. Needed 4, got 4. 1st down for the Red Wolves. That was close.
Yeah, it was close, but they have not had much of an answer for the perimeter plays on the outside, whether it's, the flat in particular there, and going side to side, beyond the hash marks. The Red Wolves offensively have had a clear advantage.
Tell you what, nice pass attempt for Zach Schaefer will be number 20 in the game tonight for Cuyahoga Heights. When's the last time ever we've seen 20 pass attempts for the Red Wolves?
But that shows you how much confidence they have. Oh, how
Fake
about this?
pitch, handoff inside, running rain, goes through inside the 10, down to the 5. On a solid little fake. Merriweather took that one again. He's making plays here in this second half. Huge run.
How about it's been a little minute since you've seen that particular design. And this is where now in the 3rd quarter, second half, the depth here comes into play. Now, to credit Berkshire here, Coach DeWeese talked about, he had good numbers, but the size of the players for Cuyahoga Heights, getting them in the first team, you're seeing the advantage right now.
And Divner in motion. 1st and goal. Handoff inside, Kramer spins, trying to reach. He gets pulled back.
Kramer, the ball carrier.
They wanted Kramer to get in for 6 there, and he got close. 3-yard gain, needed 4. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 1.
You didn't hear the whistle until the very end, so yeah, that was a little legal rock bottom at the end of that play.
91 yards on the ground for Kramer. It's unofficially, by the way, as well. He's inching towards potentially his first 100-yard game of the season.
This defense, they've worked hard, but they are tired right now.
They've been on the field the entire 3rd quarter here. We got 3 minutes to go in the frame. Sneak up the middle.
Did the ball come out?
I think it might have. And I think it was recovered by the Badgers. It was. Berkshire gets it. That should be a touchback. And wow, what a play. When the ball came out, I think Schaefer had it and lost it.
And it fell forward into the end zone, which is why I say touchback.
Oh my goodness, that's a huge break for the Badgers right there. I'll tell you what, right place, right time for Berkshire, and they're gonna get the ball back out.
Yeah, they did a great job there just with the recovery there. Bryce Walker getting the recovery in the end zone.
That is a huge, huge play.
That might have saved the game, honestly. Just talking about momentum.
Oh my God, the way the Red Wolves are moving on offense now in this quarter, yeah, that's huge. Handoff, nothing going. Flag comes in at the end of the play.
I mean, we were just mentioning, we'll see what this penalty is, but we were just mentioning, like, those guys, the bad, hands on their hips and stuff. Again, just grueling, really, an entire 3rd quarter where they've been on defense.
Well, it is starting to get a little chilly. out here tonight. 64 degrees, which, again, we'll still take, obviously. It's better than snow right now. We'll definitely take that.
True.
But still, on the field, a little chilly, a little breezy down there. Maybe the hands getting a little cold. Some of those short yardage plays.
And this is where discipline comes into play for both of these teams. This is the time where you figure out who's going to make those smart plays. You notice the penalties are kind of starting to ramp up a little bit.
Yeah, Badgers move back 5 yards. 1st and 15 now. Pass outside. That one is caught. Broken tackle, still on his feet, trying to get through to the 25 and can't. On the catch there on the outside.
Miller's pass complete to Bennett Miller.
That was Bennett Miller who made the catch.
Over on the tackle for the Red Wolves.
Got about roughly 7-8 yards on the play.
Yeah, and they're doing their best offensively to try to get the ball to these receivers. Cuyahoga Heights, they're crashing here very quickly. I wonder, is there going to be a point in the game where Miller's going to have enough time to throw something deep? You have one play where you have something of a screen over the middle back in the first half. We have not seen any of that since.
Yeah, it's all been west and east, not north and south as far as taking that shot. 3rd down. Miller keeping it, and he got nothing out of that.
Great open field tackle there by 7.
Tried to make something out of there, but again, Conti was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, Conti has been making plays all throughout the game. Defensively, he's been one of the leaders there.
Well,
and a 3 and out.
The Red Wolves defense stepping up after the turnover, and they only allowed about 4 to 5 yards. Timeout going to be called now by Coach Martin and the Red Wolves. Right here on CVC TV with that 14-7 lead with about 1:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, a reminder, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Visit their website, www.ohsurgery.com, for more information. That's ohsurgery.com. I think obviously everyone's clapping for me after that read.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, remember, go to ChagrinValleyConference.com, get all the scores, stats, player profiles, ton of updates across all of Chagrin Valley Conference over on the website, ChagrinValleyConference.com.
Miller Gabbard to punt this one away, and he's gets blocked by his own player.
Wow.
I think he hit his own player.
He did. It hit his helmet.
Oh my gosh, the pressure from Cuyahoga Heights pushing his own teammate into the play, and I tell you what, the Red Wolves get another break here. These teams are giving each other back and forth some breaks. That ball's going to be inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you don't see that, that often, obviously.
We got to start filming the punter. Because every time now either team has lined up the punt, there's been some close calls or just plain on blocks.
We always talk about the importance of special teams. And everything has to go right. It'd be little things like that. Otherwise, it was going to be a clean punt.
Schaefer going to pitch again to the outside. Merriweather trying to find an angle. He does. He turns the corner, turns upfield, cuts back inside. Huge hit taken down inside the 10 at about the 8.
That was a great run. There was a little hesitation on the run. I wonder if there was a run pass option opportunity again, but
that pitch to the outside has just been nightmares. They're actually only getting about 9 yards on this carry. The one closest line judge had him a few yards further. So 2nd and 1. But that pitch with the space has worked really well for the Red Wolves here in this 3rd quarter, which has 50 seconds to go in it.
Yeah, and I think they've been on the field for over 9 minutes of this 3rd quarter.
I think more than that at this point. Schaefer, no one there in the handoff. He just turns his head, gets down to the 1-yard line. That was a broken play. Schaefer got 8 yards on it.
Amazing awareness.
And Walker on the stop for the Badgers.
And Yeah, getting the first new set of downs and more personnel subs coming in and a repeat. Now, it's 14-7. It could have been 21-7.
Oh, easily. Well, honestly, it could be 28-7.
Could have been more.
Two touchdowns that were just out of the reach of the Red Wolves here. And they got to get a playoff. They got 14 seconds, 20 seconds on the game clock, 12 now on the game clock. Schaefer got to get in there quick. They may call a timeout.
And remember, they already burned one timeout already.
Or do you take a penalty? I don't know.
I'd much rather call a timeout with the lead.
No, I think they're going to take it. They're taking the delay of game. Yeah. So it's still going to be first and goal. The delay of game shouldn't be a timeout, though.
No, they're going to run the clock down because the other.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in a game that's been very entertaining, to say the least, the score 14-7 here at the end of the third quarter. The Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves leading the Berkshire Badgers right here on CVC TV. The lights are out for a moment. They'll be back on. There they are. Sorry, I keep messing with the switch. It's my bad. Didn't mean to do that. I slipped a little bit. You know, we're standing up here on top of the press box, enjoying the beautiful weather, overlooking the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. Don't forget, Cuyahoga County Fair going to be next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. But before or after that, you got to check out the game we got next week here on CVC TV and the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
I was going to give it a little bit of time, but yeah, that's the game of the year. Kirtland visits Perry. Next week we'll be hanging out where the Pirates play. Hornets are going to come up the road. It's always a fun game.
Yeah, that's a heavyweight fight. That matchup coming up next Friday. Watch it live on CVC TV, on YouTube, and on ChagrinValleyConference.com, and next weekend on Rock Entertainment.
I'm confused as to why the ball is still at the 1 despite a delay of game penalty with the game and play clock, unless there was just a clock mishap, which maybe there was. But nevertheless, here we go, fourth quarter. First and goal from the 1. Kramer trying, and not getting in. Tell you what, he just cannot get into the end zone. They're trying so hard to get him that touchdown. 17th carry of the night for Kramer, no gain.
And remember, too, the previous possession, there was a fumble into the end zone that the Badgers converted on.
So they want to get this in the hands of their surefire running back, who's been a huge key to the game tonight, and try to get him 6 more points. Make this a 2-possession game. The way the Red Bulls defense has been playing, too, since they left that score. Maybe a little bit too much. We'll see.
Communication is key at this point right now, especially defensively.
And Dibner in motion. Handoff again. Kramer inside, and he's in. If at first you don't succeed, try a few more times. Touchdown for the Red Wolves. They now lead 20-7.
And aggressively run the football. Get that handoff. Oh, great blocking up front, too. Low man wins up front. And you see a ton of that. Got the linebacker connected, too. So offensive line handling business for the Red Wolves.
First touchdown run of the season for Dustin Kramer. 18th carry of the night. He gets it done. That one almost blocked, but the kick is up, and it is good. Rush puts it through. 21-7 the score. Cuyahoga Heights on top of the Berkshire Badgers right here on CVC TV AA. Again, a reminder about the series dating back to 2005. Cuyahoga Heights actually leads 13-2 in the overall series. The referee just dropped a flag there by accident. But the Badgers actually won the last matchup. Back at Cuyahoga Heights, it was there's going to be a penalty enforced on the kickoff, I believe. That 5-yard penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Just wonder where that was going to come down to, because the flag was thrown back at the 20-yard line. But,
right.
Mentioned the Badgers 26-15 back in 2024 over at Cuyahoga Heights. They got the job done. So despite Heights since 2005 dominating this back and forth, some retribution tonight they're trying to avenge the home loss the last time these two teams played.
Oh, absolutely. And again, it's credit as well to the buy-in of the community, with the programs and stuff, and getting great players in here. So there's expectation for both of these teams to qualify, get into playoffs. We talked about how this stadium has hosted playoff games. We have done playoff games featuring the Badgers in this stadium. So there's an expectation with that. And obviously Coach Martin, who is also the girls basketball coach there too, like nearly 30 years of expectation.
Kick by Rush is off, taken at the 15-yard line. Here come the Badgers. Staying on his feet, turning upfield. Good return there by Holland. He's gotten his first touch of the second half, and it came with 11:05 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's what makes it tough, because you need your playmakers to have the ball, and Cuyahoga Heights has basically said, not today.
Anywhere you can fit it in, huh?
Anywhere I can fit it in. I will run it into the ground. Can they get something big right now? Maybe here on this first down.
You almost wonder, is a shot play in the arsenal at this point? Because we know Miller, he's been able to throw the ball west and east. He's got some good pace on it. The running ability, too, I'm kind of surprised. It's cooled down a bit. Just 6 carries, 20 yards for Miller. Going to need him to make some plays here. Rolling out to his right. Looking. Miller under pressure. Going to have to throw. Back foot. Oh, was it intercepted?
I think it stayed in bounds too, Kyle.
Oh, my goodness. What a play on the top of your screen. That was Van Divner. Yeah, he got tired of catching passes on offense, so he decided to do it on defense this time. Oh, my goodness. What a play on the sideline. Miller trying to make something out of that, and the offense, the jog off the field here, and Miller's limping a little bit.
Holding, number 60, on Burton. That penalty is reviewed. First down for Kyle.
And that was more of a kind of out of desperation too.
There was
the throw.
Yeah,
because there was no one open.
There was a holding penalty as well, but obviously they're going to decline that penalty. Cuyahoga Heights going to take back over possession on the Badger side of the field. The Red Wolves really starting to impose their will now on defense. We're seeing it. Mentioned the Badgers were up 7-0. The Red Wolves have come back 21 unanswered points, looking for more on this drive.
And the Red Wolves defensively, they're keeping they have been keeping everything in front of them too. It's been very frustrating for the Badgers offense.
Now pitch back to the outside. Here's Merriweather. He turns the corner, looking, going to cut back, still on his feet. Merriweather lowers his shoulder, gets out of bounds to the 35-yard line.
He has really, really asserted himself in this second half.
Someone that Coach Martin told us to look out for in this game. One of the guys we had circled, Merriweather, able to make some big plays with the return game, and now rushing the football too. A couple catches as well. He's been all over. Under 10.5 to go in the ball game. The Red Wolves trying to put a stamp on their first potential win of the season. The Badgers trying to hold on.
Yeah, and you think about this too. Out of the 14 minutes of this second half of game action, I would have to imagine the Red Wolves have been on offense for 12.5 of those minutes.
Feels like longer. Kramer with the carry up the middle. He's going to get the first down. Needed about roughly 3, got about 5 to 6.
Another first down. And, I mean, how many offensive plays have we seen from the Badgers in this half?
I think we've only seen maybe less than a handful, honestly.
Because the turnover just a little bit before.
Then the punt that resulted in going off the helmet.
So you had a 3 and out and then the turnover, so 4 plays.
It's been tough sledding for the offense for the Badgers in the second half. It was a tie game at halftime. Schaefer looking, throwing, receiver caught on the outside. Guess who? Merriweather gets spun down. And that's going to be a first down inside the 20 to the 19, gain of 12.
Yeah, that's the weapon right there. And he is that guy you take full advantage of at the perimeter on both ends of the field.
What a stat line for Schaefer tonight, 11 of 20 for 121 yards and a passing touchdown unofficially. And honestly, he could have a few more.
He could have a few more, and I'll add on to it too, Kyle. He is not really getting much pressure up front. The offensive line's doing a great job, but he's getting the ball out quickly and getting out to Mayweather and his guys.
It's been a great job by Schaefer tonight. A lot of years of experience back there. Handing on the inside. Even the gains where you don't think they're going to go far, they still find a way to get about 3, 4, 5 yards. Kramer gets that.
That's why it's tough when you're facing a Coach Martin-led team, a 21-7 game where, you could just tune in. It's like, all right, there's, the opportunity. It feels worse because they control the clock. Now they're ahead, so they're really controlling the clock, and the physicality makes it a really tough assignment for their opponents.
20th carry of the night for Kramer. He's eclipsed the 100-yard mark. He's at 101 unofficially with that touchdown on the last drive. Second down, handoff, inside. Kramer lowering the shoulder, getting down to the 11. 5 more yards for Dustin Kramer. He's having a great game. And again, now, you mentioned this is Al Martin football at its finest. Just wearing down the clock, running the football, getting first downs, piling them up, and the defense playing high-level football as well.
Yeah, that's huge. And now, again, taking advantage of the clock, going at their pace. So you get that push.
Third and short coming up. Schaefer will be under center. Sending a man in motion. Handoff. Kramer lowering the shoulder at the 10. That's where he is stopped, and he may be just short. Honestly, I think in that situation, Coach Martin's okay with that. Hey, we're running another play.
Yes, you should. Now, 4th down opportunity here, 4th down situation. Looking for the critical moments. Can the Badgers make one additional stop so you have a stoppage of play?
Official timeout. They got to get a new player in on the Berkshire side of things.
But it's 7:07 left in regulation. Well, they're going to kick the field goal opportunity here.
Wow,
That's
okay,
what's
so
going on.
they're going to give Rush the opportunity to kick this one through the uprights. Couple extra points in the game. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way. A line drive is up, and it is good. From about 27, 28 yards, Rush puts it through, and the score now 24-7. Cuyahoga Heights on top of Berkshire right here on CVC TV. And again, a reminder, Greeny Sports Cards is Northeast Ohio's largest buyer and seller of sports and is looking to buy your sports cards, whether you have a few cards or a storage unit. Set up an appointment through their website, greenysportscards.com. Always buying, always selling Greeny Sports Cards.
So only holding to a field goal, but again, Cuyahoga Heights just dominating the offensive. I was going to say offensive boards like it was basketball. But time of possession, their line up front just controlling a ton of things right now. It's just physically, they just have more available bodies on the field to sub in and out up front. And that takes a toll on any good team in the second half of games.
Just the physicality and the way the Red Wolves have come out and played a third now into the fourth quarter. And again, timely turnovers too, whether it's the punt into the own helmet or whether it's the interception in the last play where, again, trying to make a play was Oliver Miller, just could not find an opening. And then Van Divner, who's the one guy you don't want to throw to on that defense because he's been locked in catching the ball tonight. The kick by Rush taken in just inside the 20. Howland almost slips, and this time he goes down. Good tackle in the open field. It was Conti who got back there and made the stop.
Yeah, he did. Might have another player made it off the field for the Badgers. But, hey, 6:54. It's not over yet, but we have not seen much. As we have documented, we have not seen much of the Badgers' offense at all.
We just haven't seen them on the field.
on the field at all. They have only ran 4 offensive plays in the second half.
No, give a lot of credit to the Red Wolves defense for what they've been able to do to this point. 6:54 to go in the game. Big deficit to try and overcome. Miller looking to pass, throwing outside and out of the hands of his receiver. That's incomplete.
Pass intended for marker incomplete.
Looking for Mason Marker, the senior, had that big screenplay earlier in the game.
Yeah, haven't had much of that since. But I've noticed here defensively, too, because of all the pressure up front, they're forcing Miller, and it's something that he's going to have to work on, his line's going to have to work on, and everyone. But they're forcing him to speed up his operations. And, again, adjusting to the quarterback position, that's one of those things he's going to have to learn moving forward. Is even when things are sped up, he still has to kind of slow down the process. That was a high percentage completion, but the ball came out too hot. Uh-oh, backside.
Under pressure, he's going to get brought down and sacked. Oh, it was a team effort right there. Oh, my goodness. So a huge sack on the weak side. Johnny Barrett was back there. Oh, my.
Yeah, there was no chance there on the play fake and just complete pressure. I thought they were going to run the ball up the gut. If they did, they would at least gain a few yards out of it. But
are you kind of surprised that Miller hasn't shown more of the rushing? I mean, we saw that obviously in the first half. He kept some drives alive, was able to move around, make plays. This is a running back who had great seasons. So it's kind of surprising maybe his running hasn't been more of a factor tonight.
Yeah, but he would have to they're keeping the outsides protected.
True. Miller throws, jump pass up, incomplete. He had his receiver on the far side right there. It was Marker again, and he had open space just a little bit over the top, and 4th and a mile. See what the Badgers decide to do here.
But even back to your question on that play just now, like the Red Wolves had the outside pocket covered. So even if Miller wanted to first mind take off, he can't. If you're going to take off, he's going to take off. They're forcing him to take off between the tackles, and he's not going to do that just because there's a lot of traffic in between the tackles as well.
Timeout going to be called by the Badgers.
And it's a good learning lesson, too. Obviously, converting and learning, the toughest position on the field, and the quarterback position, it's you get the simple nothing is simple about the quarterback position, but one of the big things about that position is processing the field as quick as possible and efficiently as possible without allowing the defense to speed you up.
And a reminder, too, the pregame and our game brought to you by R&T Fence. And for over 37 years, R&T Fence has been Northeast Ohio's leading fence contractor, serving homeowners and businesses across Akron and the surrounding region, from residential privacy fences to commercial and industrial installations. Their team delivers quality craftsmanship and results you can trust. Contact R&T Fence today for a free estimate at rtfence.com. That's rtfence.com.
But my goodness, what a second half for Cuyahoga Heights.
I think you could draw it up better in the locker room. If you're Coach Al Martin and company, even from the opening jump, making sure they were going to get that ball to start the third quarter, and they've just dominated time of possession, plays run, and obviously the scoreboard as well. It's a good punt, probably the best one of the night. It's going to go over the head almost of Merriweather. He has to trace back to it. Ball going to bounce all the way inside the 25. It's going to keep rolling down to about the 22-yard line.
Great punt.
Huge punt. Again by Colton Miller Gabbard. And the Red Wolves offense going to head back out onto the field with 5:41 to go into the game, well in hand, and looking to try and get their first win of the season.
And they have an opportunity to do so, of course, here. I want to see here defensively, all right, scoreboard's not in your favor. This second half, nothing has really gone right, for the Badgers in the second half. But, what are you going to – are you just going to let Cuyahoga Heights walk into your building and essentially dominate you in the second half? Can you get that, that first, second, third down stop? Can you create that pressure? Can you fly still to the football and win this possession and keep it within reach?
Definitely need a stop on this. Schaefer fakes. Going to be a handoff. Top of your screen working. Merriweather gets brought down. Huge tackle in the open field. Little extracurriculars in there too. It's a solid tackle right there on the far side by Ryan Demchek Castro, the senior.
Yeah, that's the start right there. You know, that outside containment, again, identifying, reading the key, staying home too, was just huge, and then finishing and making the tackle.
So behind the sticks, feels like they haven't really been behind the sticks too much in the second half. Have the Red Wolves, they've been able to move the ball pretty consistently, but 2nd and 13. Their own 20-yard line, 5 minutes to go in the ball game, holding on to that 24-7 lead. Schaefer hands inside, trying to break through. Oh, big hit at the back end. It was Kramer who found a way through everything and got about 5 yards on the carry.
But still, how about that run, though? Still powering through after contact. And this is one play on this Cuyahoga Heights team. You better be ready. When you run the football, you get hit. But how do you respond, you know, that first contact, or second or third contact on the same play? That's what makes them so good.
Well, and officially 23 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown for Kramer tonight. He's making a case to be our CVC TV player of the game. Though Zach Schaefer's had a pretty good game, too, in his own right. And he will throw. Schaefer, quick pass outside. It is caught, and that should be enough for a first down. Needed 6, got about 7.
And the second effort did it. The second effort did it there. Just reach it over, and those long, you know, the third down and even the fourth down conversions. Not many fourth down opportunities, you know, for Cuyahoga Heights, especially in the second half, but converting on third down.
And Schaefer now well over 50% completion rating, 12 of 21 for 128, a touchdown pass.
I've been very impressed by him. But what I've seen tonight, his operation of the offense has been really, really solid.
34 yards on the ground, too, on 8 carries. Schaefer, an option play to the outside. It's pitched. A lot of room to run, cutting back through. Back inside, a little stutter step down to the 45-yard line. A solid play right there. That was Gus Tartaro who was able to get to the outside.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm talking about. Like, again, the operation of the offense, the responsibility to be able to read the defense, and then just work and operate. Loved everything I've seen.
Schaefer with a great read, too. Draw that defender in, pitch it back out, let your guy hit the edge. He did that. It's Tartaro's first run of the night. He's able to get a first down. It's been methodical this entire half. Keeper, Schaefer, bottom of your screen, down to midfield, maybe to the 49 of the Badgers, so give him another about 5.5 to 6 yards on the carry.
Some big body in Schaefer, too. Like, again, when you have a big body, kind of a little bit of a Ben Roethlisberger type build, I mean, you just got to you got to lean in. And when you do that, though, you make the play.
Got to what? Got to lean in.
Got to lean in. Little shoulder lean. These kids don't know about shoulder leans.
What do you know about Young Jock?
Hey, listen.
We are so old.
Actually, these kids know more about our music than we do.
Unfortunately. We didn't have the Googles. And up the middle, breaking free. It's a foot race. And gone. What a touchdown for Lincoln Hilsenroth, who just split the middle of the field. Oh, my goodness. 49 yards for the touchdown.
Amazing job. Let's watch how it happened in the line. Oh, my goodness. You see these strides? Look at those strides. You can tell. Listen, I get the opportunity to have the football. I'm getting to that end zone. It might only be a few times I can carry the ball. I'm going to get to that end zone and get the second level.
Remember, Hilsenroth has been kind of kept in like the goal line packages. He's only been getting about 1 or 2 yard gains on a couple carries. This time he's able to split the middle of the field like the parting of the Red Sea and was able to get in for a touchdown. Kick is up on the extra point, and it's good. The score now 31-7. The Red Wolves leading the Badgers with 2:32 to go in this ball game.
You know, definitely this game, obviously a learning lesson, of course, for the Badgers. We'll talk more about them in both teams in the post game, but scored definitely got to this point very, very quickly here down the stretch.
Again, a reminder, Greeny Sports Cards is now live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on the Big Play Collectibles Network. Join our conversations with Hobby Talk and interviews and interact with their guests too. Find their social links on the website, greeniesportscards.com. That's greeniesportscards.com. And also, tonight's final score and game recap are going to be brought to you by the Inside Edge Network. You know a little bit about that. Northeast Ohio's home for sports, entertainment, news, talk, culture, mental health, and everything in between. Follow along at InsideEdgeNetwork.com and at InsideEdgeNet across all the different social media platforms. Our post-game coverage brought to you by the Inside Edge Network.
Of course, we'll have...
I'm live on there now.
Yeah, you're out right now, and we'll have post-game coverage of this matchup, again, coming up here after this game, also later on tonight. A midnight run on the Inside Edge Network.
You're going to be cutting it close.
We're going to really be, if we do the show live at 11:30, it's going to be cutting it really close.
Well, it was close at halftime. 7-7 was the score, but it's been a full-on blitz from the Red Wolves, and Allen slipping again. That's the second straight return. He's actually slipped on the turf. This time at the 21-yard line, and he's a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, he'll be getting new cleats before next week's game. And, obviously for the Badgers, it's tough because, last week, you thought they had something close with Harvey, and they did, but the kick return at the beginning of the game did them in. But here in this game, right with it in the first half, it was
kind of like they played a complete game, but it was two different halves of the games. They played a really good second half last week, and then the first half this week, really solid football. But again, it's the complete game, trying to get it all together.
Trying to put it all together. That's exactly right.
Just hasn't been happening yet for the Badgers, who have a lot of talent on this team. Handoff bottom of your screen. Big tackle there. Holland tried to get some yards and got nothing.
And to be fair, too, think about this, too. Cuyahoga Heights, we don't talk enough about the strategy behind winning the coin toss and deferring or, whatever you decide to do, and every coach has a preference. But it was clear and obvious. The game changed during that long 7 to 8 minute drive to start the third quarter, where we joked at halftime man, Cuyahoga Heights is throwing the ball a ton. By their standards, a ton.
Miller throws outside. It's a good pass. But again, not much there. Gain of about 2 to 3 yards.
But then that third quarter drive, you had a few big runs to start, and then, all right, we can run our game. The Cuyahoga Heights, Coach Martin, we know what they do, and all of a sudden, they took full control of time of possession. They took full control of the physicality. They had more available bodies, and they scored, and things kind of got away. And then defensively, they ramped up the pressure on the Badgers.
And with this win, the Red Wolves are going to get their first of the season. The Badgers will fall to 0-2. Miller getting that shotgun, handing off. Bottom of your screen. Holland just nowhere to go. The Heights defense just really locking in again on this drive. Fourth down and about 8. Holland only 5 carries tonight, AA, for 10 yards.
Yeah.
Had 47 yards and a touchdown last week on 9 carries.
Yeah, we thought, what would a strategy have been if Berkshire would have started the third quarter with the football instead of on defense, if Holland would have been more in the game plan. But once you're down, really, it's not really much you could have done. And that's full credit to the Cuyahoga Heights defense.
They played a great game after that first touchdown allowed. Since then, it's been nothing but stout defense from the Red Wolves. That ball bouncing. Eventually going to be down with about 7 seconds to go, and the ball game should be a kneel down, and that will be it from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium. Again, the Red Wolves going to improve to 1-1 on the season. The Badgers 0-2, and again, we mentioned, right? Hey, second half last week, really good football, made that game really close against Harvey. First half this week, tie game going into halftime against the Red Wolves. It feels like if they could put a full game together, this Badger team, it's going to make some noise.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want a situation where you take yourself out of football games, and of course offensively they had the 3 and out. You had an interception as well, and you had the punt block by, I guess, your own teammate, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And so all those unfortunate things just rolled, and it led to this score.
The favorite formation for any offense, victory formation, and that is the final score tonight, 31-7. It was tied at halftime, 7 apiece, but the Red Wolves come out, score actually technically 31 unanswered points at the end of the day, and they get the win, 31-7, the final here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium in Burton, Ohio. Double A, your thoughts on the game before we award the player of the game, courtesy of the Inside Edge Network.
I'll say this, Cuyahoga Heights, you want to talk about a complete football game. We know the strengths of the program and what they could do, but how they open it up in terms of getting the ball in the air a little bit more in the first half to kind of open up the offense to set things up in the second half. And there's some their line is fantastic on both sides. So the pressure is there. They got some standout skill players. The player of the game is completely your decision. I'm not upset about anybody who you pick because
we might have to split this one, honestly.
Because there's a lot of good candidates. I really love Schaefer. I love the quarterback.
Tell you what, Zach Schaefer, 12 of 21, 128 yards and a touchdown, 9 carries, 40 yards tonight for Zach Schaefer. He led the way, did a great job. Also running the ball. Got to give credit to Dustin Kramer as well. 23 carries, 112 yards, and he got his first rushing touchdown of the season. In a game last week where they only scored 13 points, 6 of them came off an interception return for a touchdown. The Rebels offense woke up in the second half tonight. So your co-players of the game, Dustin Kramer and Zach Schaefer, for doing a great job through the air, on the ground for the Red Wolves.
And honorable mention to Merriweather as well, because he made some big plays, especially in the second half, that kind of helped separate this ball game for Cuyahoga Heights.
You can mention Van Divner as well in the first half. He was catching the ball, almost every ball thrown his way. A big interception,
and
too.
An interception.
Yeah.
No matter what side of the ball he was
on. A toe tap interception.
Amazing.
Quarterbacks aren't supposed to be able to catch the ball, but then you remember he plays both ways, and that's why he did such a great job. Again, the final score, 31-7 here. Cuyahoga Heights improves to 1-1 in the season again. The Badgers fall to 0-2. That's going to wrap it up for our coverage. Thank you to everyone, the crew here for us here at CVC TV. We're back next week. It's the game, the big one. Kirtland at Perry. We'll see you next Friday right here on CVC TV. Have a great rest of your night and an awesome weekend.